Let's talk about virtual kitchens, ghost kitchens, virtual restaurants here on one about podcasting. Let's go and talk about it because there's a lot of things going on with the Eat Restaurant, you could also call it. Quartz.com put out a good story about this, about the business being done by the ghost kitchens. If you might remember a few months ago, we talked about virtual kitchens here on the program. The idea that Pasquale Pizza and Wings is actually the same thing as Chuck E. Cheese pizza and the fun place, right? You have, what is there also? We got a couple others. I'll mention those right here on the show. Oh, yeah, Mr. Beast Burger, which is actually Brio Tuscan Grill. There's the Roasted Wing, which is part of the Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza chain here down in South Florida. Let's bring up some others. What's happening is other companies are actually doing the virtual restaurants, not just because these big companies are doing this to sell other products, but other restaurants are doing the same thing. So let's go into it. Pre-pandemic, they were expected to account for 10 to 15% of the $66 billion U.S. restaurant industry, but now it's expected to climb to 21% by 2025, according to a May report from CBRE, a real estate firm. Startups as well as restaurants are turning to ghost kitchens and preparing meals or running commercial kitchens for multiple brands. Just Us Wings utilize the kitchens of Chili's and Maggiano locations. The CEO of Dine Brands, the parent company of IHOP and Applebee's, is exploring ghost kitchens as a new source of revenue. Rebel Foods, it is a ghost kitchen operator in India, has more than 200 kitchens across 18 cities and generated $40 million in revenue in 2019. And it partnered with Wendy's to expand the fast food chain's presence into India. Even Resorts World Las Vegas, the new hotel there in Las Vegas, operates a ghost kitchen. They tend to be in dense urban centers, have more of a global presence. There are now 1,500 ghost kitchens now in the U.S., 7,500 in China, 3,500 in India, and 750 in the U.K. Wow, that's a lot. So the pandemic has given restaurants an opportunity to rethink their business models, particularly with many restaurants not operating at full capacity. So ghost kitchens reduce some of the biggest costs in the industry, from real estate to labor. So several businesses can use the commercial kitchen space. Also helping to lower the barriers of entry as well as invite more experimentation and creativity in the industry. That's some of the ideas they have. So it's kind of the same idea as the food truck craze, which is now being evolved more into a brick and mortar idea that's eventually chain. And that could be the same thing it goes with ghost kitchens. But not to say the restaurant's going away, as people still like the experience of dining. It's really about, will employment be as much as before? And that's the idea. And I got to look at who are the ghost kitchens out there and who are the most popular ones. Because that's what I want to find out too. So I'm going to put a real quick message on here. Chain restaurants running as ghost kitchens. That's what I want to find out. Because I've heard some names we've had out there that are doing that. Now, in March, the New York Times actually talked about that. So let's go and bring up the ones that they actually said. Mr. Beast, we already talked about. Buca de Beppo, and we mentioned also Brio Tuscan Grill, run all the Mr. Beast Burger locations. Now, this is a story I brought up last year when we talked about it. So, for instance, we talked about Pasquale Pizza Wings. Neighborhood Wings was actually run by Applebee's. So that, there was a point that Applebee's did do that. Just Wings run by Chili's. Bad Mother Clucka run by Doghouse. And there's a couple others. I'm trying to think. Denny's actually has one. What's the name of that one now? It's so their virtual restaurant is Burger Den. That's right. They do Burger Den and Meltdown. But I'll tell you what they do. They do the rollout. Oh, by the way, Denny's actually did 3 different brands, as a matter of fact. So they did Burger Den, Meltdown, and I forget there was another one they also had too. But that's really kind of the idea. And the Burger Den idea, when I looked at it, it was really kind of cool because of the fact that I actually took an order for Uber Eats from Denny's, and they had them in nice white boxes with the sticker on it. And then you just look, and the burgers look great. They look tempting. I mean, the burgers look good at Denny's. All right, IHOP also really makes a damn good burger. Don't slide on the burgers at IHOP and Denny's. They are damn good, very well made, solid burgers. Matter of fact, I might be hungry to get me an IHOP burger tomorrow. I might just go and order one on the way to work. But the idea is that it's just they put them together, change the packaging, change the look at Denny's, and then voila, you're looking at something else. If you're just changing the packaging, you're keeping the same food, and you can just put the wool over people's eyes. They will know what's which. Like it's kind of the Pepsi challenge. It's the same idea. Because some people, they do have a stigma when it comes with certain restaurants, and when they have this, it just changes up. But the money is coming in. And there are other companies doing the same thing, big or small, that are using ghost kitchens because it's just another way to rebrand themselves without having to put out a big restaurant and a big spread. They just think, well, we could do a gimmick that might work, that we could just do something that sells a couple of things on the menu, and then it just goes like that. And sometimes it works. And obviously does now. Look at that. There obviously be more. Look at that. 21% of restaurants operating with virtual kitchens or virtual restaurants or ghost kitchens. That's a pretty significant number when I look at that. Anyway, I'll leave it there and I'll talk to you next time.